Frontdoors TV and Inspired Media 360 production. I'm here now with publisher Andrea Evans, and over the next 15 minutes, we will take you inside the pages of Frontdoors magazine. Coming up, a big multi-million-dollar announcement from the Fiesta Bowl. We will introduce you to the man who is leading the community outreach. Also ahead, it's National Adoption Month, and we have an extraordinary story to share from Child Crisis Arizona. It's a story about second chances. And the couple who is on the cover of Frontdoors this month, they have an inspirational story, 48 years in the making. But first, it is time to open up the office doors, and you are introducing your readers to Jose Moreno, who is Fiesta Bowl's Senior Director of Marketing and Community Relations, long title, and they just made a major announcement. Tell us all about it.
They did. Last month at their kickoff luncheon, they announced a give back of $2.5 million from the Fiesta Bowl organization directly into Arizona.
So what does this mean? I mean, it means they are really stepping up their game in terms of how much they are giving back to the community.
They are, and a special give back within those dollars is for teachers. Teachers can apply for a wish list grant. It's not based on anything except for them putting in their name to be randomly chosen.
Let's tell folks a little bit more about Jose, because with the office doors, you guys really shine the light on community members and executives who are doing kind of living out their dream and giving back as they do so. I love what Jose told your writer for this segment. He said about his love of sports, it led him to his career, and he said, "I will literally pick up trash for free until 2 a.m. if it gets my foot in the door."
That's very true. It's how he the attitude that he's always had as he's gone through his career. He has worked at the Phoenix Suns and the Grand Canyon University before coming to the Fiesta Bowl, and he is really making a difference there. And we love celebrating those types of individuals in office doors every month.
I want to share out one other quote because I'm a quote person. I love what he had to say. He said, "If it's a goal, if it's a dream, keep pushing and pushing, and it might not happen in your time frame, but if you want it bad enough, it will be there." Now, Andrea, as we round out this segment, tell us a little bit more about the Cactus Bowl and exactly what it is.
Sure. So the Fiesta Bowl, of course, hosts the Fiesta Bowl every year and takes its turn to host the national championship. But the Fiesta Bowl organization also puts on the Cactus Bowl. And the Cactus Bowl is really our community's bowl game. It's an opportunity to support what the Fiesta Bowl's doing. So we really are encouraging everybody, buy tickets and support the Cactus Bowl and come and be a part of this community celebration, regardless of who the teams are that'll end up playing in the game.
Yeah, bravo to Fiesta Bowl. And for more information, by the way, you can go to fiestabowl.org. Now we want to open up the kitchen doors where we ate this month. We have a very special contributor, and he is Thomas Evans, 11-year-old, your son.
My son asked if he could contribute to our restaurant write-up this month because something very near and dear to his palate opened up at 40th Street and Indian School, Masterpiece Donuts and Coffee.
And they're doing some really cool things there. Tell us about the experience. I loved his write-up, by the way. He said when you first walk in, there are iPads, and you can customize and order whatever you want. So it's like an 11-year-old's dream.
So you go up, you pick the kind of donut, the kind of frosting, the kind of topping that you want on there. Mom and Dad order your coffee, of course, and then follow along and you watch your donuts being made.
Oh, that's cool.
So very kid-friendly place, great spot in Arcadia, and it was very fun to write it up this month.
Well done to Thomas. Loved your write-up, Thomas. And now it is time for our charity spotlight. On each episode, we feature a charity or an organization that really goes above and beyond in the work that they do right here in our community. November is National Adoption Month, and today we are focusing on Child Crisis Arizona. They have built an incredible legacy of love over the course of 40 years.
She was one of the more severe cases that I had seen. wasn't just, her broken bones. She had lots of broken bones. She had a poor little face that was black and blue. We couldn't even see her eyes. They were completely swollen shut. The broken bones and stuff like that, I know all of that healed, but I mean, her little soul was so broken. The kids would be put in closets while mom and boyfriend ate. I know that there was a lot of abuse around diapering, going to the bathroom, potty trainings. It became a joke on the unit. Everybody would say, oh, you should take that baby home. She only wants you.
So it's our job to recruit families who would like to open up their homes and their hearts for children who've been taken from their homes because of abuse and neglect. And what we're looking for are families of all shapes, sizes, colors, diverse backgrounds, and anyone who is interested in helping a child, loving them, being caring, compassionate, and committing to them.
Aquí tengo unos ¿Estás bien? ¿Necesitas ayuda? ¿Quieres suavecita las manitas? Okay. Do you want to wash me hands? ¿Quieres color de pescado? ¿Qué color?
It's about struggles, trauma, overcoming abuse, neglect. It can be sad, but the great thing is when they're with us, they have a safe place, they thrive. I see this agency changing because the needs of children and families in Arizona are changing. I see that it started with serving 1, it went to 6, it went to 10. We have served thousands and thousands of children, and not just in one way. We've been able to change as a community. We've been able to embrace foster care and adoption. We've been able to value early education services in our community. The legacy that love builds is about 40 years, and not just doing one thing, but doing multiple. And it's looking at the problem, not just from intervention, but it's from prevention all the way to the long-term solutions.
The employees here at Child Crisis that are really making the difference and are the real heroes for these kids, working constantly day in and day out to be able to provide for them. I wish for her just to be happy and loved, and to just not ever have to worry about being fearful of anything again. That's what I want for her, is just to be safe.
It's forever changed their family, and it saved a life is what it did.
Such a special and beautiful story, and really it's indicative of the great work that Child Crisis Arizona does every single day. Andrea, obviously it is their goal always to reunify children with their biological families, but that is not always possible. Right. In some extreme cases of abuse and neglect, the children are left without a family, and what Child Crisis Arizona is doing is looking for safe families where they will be loved.
Yes, indeed. And they just had a major event last month that featured a keynote speech by Mac Watson, who you interviewed recently in your podcast.
Yeah.
And he and his wife's story is incredible, and he really goes through the entire journey that they went through in the decision to go ahead and fill out the adoption application and approval, and then the calls that not only one child, but then a second child were in need of their love, And he's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's great.
And so to hear him talk about his journey with Child Crisis Arizona is just one of the most touching stories I've heard from a community member.
And for more information, you can go to childcrisisaz.org. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Who is on the cover of Frontdoors? I love this story, and you are introducing your readers to Sharon and Dr. Oliver Harper. This is a beautiful story, 48 years in the making. Tell us more about them.
Sure. So Sharon and Ollie Harper, as he's known by, are an amazing couple with an amazing family. They raised their 4 children, as well as their niece here in Phoenix. And I feel like they've been quiet philanthropists, very behind the scenes. But when we went to interview them for the rest of the story, this all started with Ollie as a young doctor and going to Kenya with Sharon and serving needs in these small African villages for a year. And then coming back, of the two of them settling down here in Phoenix and really integrating both of their skills as professionals in our community.
What really strikes me is that they have an incredible love story, and they have shared that love with so many people, family, friends, and the greater community, and all these lives that they touched together.
You're right. Ollie has been giving back to St. Vincent de Paul and their medical clinic for decades, just showing up week after week and serving the people in need there. Sharon has become a business juggernaut with her company, the Plaza Companies, and also, though, behind the scenes, donating to educational causes, serving on boards.
Andrea, having covered them and knowing them as you do, what do you think we could all learn from their story? Because, boy, inspirational stories like theirs are needed.
That's a great question. And when what I think of is how that they both give individually, and you see that in their story within their respective areas and interests, but then also together as a family. And they've really raised their children to do that as well.
Tell us about the honor that Sharon is receiving.
Sure. So just last week, Valley Leadership, our amazing leadership training organization that we have here, announced that Sharon Harper will be the Woman of the Year honored this March.
This is a really big deal.
This is a very big deal, and it was just amazing. This happened, breaking news, right before our story came out, and she is joined by Neil Giuliano, from Greater Phoenix Leadership as the Man of the Year.
Yeah.
And we will, of course, be covering that story.
Yeah, congratulations to them both. They're both tremendous human beings. People like them make the world go round. Beautiful. I love the cover. I love the issue. Andrea, thank you so much. And that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us for Frontdoors TV, an Inspired Media 360 production. Our mission is connection, compassion, and the celebration of all those people doing great things in our community. You can find us at frontdoorsmedia.com or inspiredmedia360.com. Until next time, take care.